Good. Now go back to the camera view and set up 5 seconds. And we have to change the name back. We'll call it Brad 1. And what's going to happen this time is you're going to press the red button, say OK. You're going to press the red button, but it's going to say you already have that file. Say OK to override. Okay. All right. And then I'm standing in the view, and I have 2 points here. Can you see the points?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to move the points in and out like that.
All right.
All right.
Now, tell me when you want me to.
You tell me.
All right, let's do it now.
Go.
File already exists. All right. Well, I
Go.
got it. Okay.
Did you override? Are you collecting?
We were collecting that whole time.
Okay. All right. Is it finished?
Yep.
Good. I'm going to turn my light off. Okay. Go ahead and
hit OK here.
Go ahead and save that view. And play it. Make sure you see it. Wonderful. Did you override? Yeah. Okay. Are you
Apparently.
Okay.
As soon as you hit OK, it will.
You see, here we don't have to synchronize, so we didn't have to clap hands or nothing because it's one camera.
Right.
All right. So now we're finished with CapDv. So you can close out here, or you can close there. Exit. And go to digitize. And go to File, and we're going to do a new project. All right. Find your Brad 1 file. It's in the D. There it is. D. Brad 1. Okay. There's nothing. There's no. We have the video, but we don't have a calibration frame in it.
Okay.
I mean a calibration file. So let's call this one Brad 1. Or you can also make it a descriptive name like 2 lights or whatever.
Okay.
Right. That's fine. Say open. And you don't have to put a title, but you can if you want. It's not. Go down to units. We'll make it inches. Okay.
Points.
And we have 2 points. And we have 4 points on the control cube. And then we have to go back. We have to designate what those points are. So we'll go to point IDs. Okay. And what we'll say is we'll call it right 1 and right 2. And in this case, because it's right 1 and right 2, it'll connect the 2 points. Okay.
And you're always using the subjects left and right, correct?
It doesn't matter. You can do anything you want. But
Okay.
when we set up a human being, we do right foot, right ankle, right.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay. So say okay. Next thing we have to do is make the control cube.
That's the control part here?
Yep. And we have, we said we have 4 points. So each of those points will have a value of X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
Except in the case of 2D, there's no Z. There's only X and Y.
Right.
All
So we're only doing X and
So
Y.
can I take a piece of paper?
Yeah, whatever you need.
All right. So now we have to tell it what the values are here. And in this case, we have a 3-finger rule, X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So in this case, if I go like that, it would be a positive Y, a positive X going this way and a positive Y going up.
Right.
All right. So what we'll do is
positive X going
X, Y, Z. X, Y, Z.
Okay.
So you usually want the motion in the direction of the X.
Okay.
All right. So in this case, we'll do it like that. Doesn't matter. We'll do it like that, and we'll make this point number 1. So this is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. This is number 4. So we created 4 points. Point number 1,
0.
if it's on the ground or whatever, it would be 0, 0, 0. If it was important to have an exact distance from the ground, like it is in gate, and point number 1 is 3 inches off the ground, and they have to make it 3 inches off. But in this case, it's irrelevant, so it's, now go back up here. 0, 0, 0.
Right.
Just 1 0, then hit the tab key.
I don't do it on my.
Put another 0 in there.
We have to even
Just
wait.
hit 1 0, and then you hit tab, and it goes to your next. Okay. Now number 2, if this is X and this is Y.
Right. Point 2 is still X is 0.
That's correct.
And then Y is whatever.
Say 1. I'm sorry, 12. 12 inches. Mhm.
And the Z is still 0.
Right, we're not using this.
Right.
Okay, and then this now becomes 12 inches on the X,
We're going to 0.4.
number 3.
0.3 would be 12 on the X, right? And the Y is 12 as well.
Mhm.
And that one is 12 and 0.
Nope, nope, yeah, that's right, 0. Correct. Okay, good, okay. Say okay. Great, now we're finished with that. We say okay. Now we have to tell it how many cameras did we have.
Right.
We had obviously 1, right?
Right.
If we had 6, all I have to do is designate the first one and they'll all line up. But in this case we only have 1. Say select. And take the D, find your file, double click on the D. There you go, double click on the bread. And okay. So you always first designate the action file. Good. Say okay. And it tells you which file you chose. It would do all 6 if necessary. Say okay. There it is. Perfect. Before we do the file, we want to do the calibration. Okay. So go to Control, which is called Calibration. Say Digitize. Go back to Control and say Open Video. In this case, AVI file. And no, Calibrate.
Calibrate.
Okay. Say OK. And it says which one you want. It doesn't matter. Choose number 1. Good. All right. Perfect. All right. So now it tells us here what we have to digitize. First thing is the fixed point. So digitize the fixed point. Right in the middle. And that's point number 1, which is this. Okay, go right around. And this is because that's the way we set it up.
Right.
We dictate how we're going to do things. Perfect. It says complete. Go up here until we're finished. Open up Control. Say finished.
Okay.
Now it brings back to the scheme. The next thing we do is go to automatic and global options, and we see what our options are here. In this case, we'll say unclick the auto advance for a second. So we'll have to manually advance it.
Okay.
In the case of the 2D, we must confirm we have every point.
Okay.
If we have 3 cameras, we don't have to confirm every point. We only need 2. That's very good. This is fine. This tells us what the search diameters are.
Okay.
In this case, that's perfectly fine. Say OK.
On your protocols, will you have
Yep.
the protocols for me for
Yep,
here for the
exactly.
search width? Okay.
Say OK. And there's 2 ways to do it. One is manually, one is automatic. So we want the automatic to kick in. So say go. And OK. And then look down here, it tells you what to do.
Okay, so fixed point, which is here. So you want me to go ahead and click
Yep.
it again?
Now, because we're doing automatic, it takes the whole area and finds the dead center of it. So it's much more accurate like that.
Okay.
So that's good. Say OK. And then it doesn't matter which one is point 1. You can choose.
Okay, so let's go. Okay, and you just say that's okay.
Yeah.
Over here.
Okay.
That's the column 22. Now this one didn't automatically calibrate it in the middle, or did it?
No,
That's
it
the
did.
picture.
That's
Okay.
the same picture.
Same picture. Okay.
Now, once you get confidence in this,
Yeah, you can fly. Yeah.
you don't have to go to that. You can actually go up here and where it says locate dialog, that's that little box
Right.
that comes up. You can actually unclick that. No, it's okay. That's fine.
Right.
So if we were to do it again, I would probably do that. So I don't want to take that much time.
Okay.
All right. But we're okay now. So you've got the first frame digitized. It says complete.
Okay.
Now press the forward arrow here, and you went to the next frame, but it automatically found the points.
Okay.
So go to the next frame, So now I'm convinced that everything's good, finding the points like
Now,
crazy.
let's say if it's